Alright, for this part of the car tutorial, what we're going to work on is modeling this top part of the car right here that the windows all fit into and it supports the roof. So to get that started, I'm going to try to do it just using a primitive cube and see if we can't extrude the edges that way. Normally I just loft NURBS curves, but I'm going to try something a little different this time and hopefully it works out. See if my cube ever pops up. So we're just going to model it, the back part, and then we'll do the front part separate. And that way it'll be easier for us to add the little ridge here for the door to open up. So let's just get started doing the back. And I don't think 4 sides is going to be enough to help round this out, so let's add some divisions here. Actually, like that, and that should give us enough vertices to sort of round it off. But for now, let's just delete these faces that we're not going to need. So now I have my just a regular polycube here, and I added some subdivisions, so it's got 2 in the width and height now. And we're going to go ahead and round this off a little bit. So F8 to get into the vertice mode. And let's just get this in all our windows. So select them all and hit F key to focus in. And we're just going to scale these up. And these here will scale out. Now that we have that done, let's go ahead and scale the whole thing down so it's about the right size. Put that right there. And we'll go ahead and start roughing the shape in a little bit. So we're just going to start lining these up in the viewports, giving them the rough shape. So we'll go ahead and say these top vertices here that rest along this top part of the line will be the very back in this part. So yeah, I mumble a lot, so hopefully you understand what I'm talking about. So we're moving these back now, lining them in the viewport. And again, if you're hearing this and you're watching this, then that means this method will have worked. Otherwise, I'll end up trashing this tutorial and going back and using my loft, how I normally do it. So we'll just have to wait and see here. At least I will. Hopefully this will work out. Save a little bit of time. And we'll go ahead and these be the front and the bottom here. Maybe up a little more. Just let this one raise it up a little bit. So it'll flow along this bottom part here. It's really all about how things flow. We should be in just a tad bit more. Actually, what we'll probably end up doing is snapping those so that it'll be a little more flat where this window comes straight down. Do the same thing here. So just select the vertex and hold down the V key until you get this, and then just click and it'll snap to the vertex. We're going to snap it to this one and just raise it straight up so that they're perfectly aligned now vertically. Maybe we want to snap these vertices here, bring those straight out, or straight in this way. So now it'll be flat on the bottom too, or more flat at least. I'll bring these here in and down. These in a little bit here. Maybe we'll even do the same for the back part right here. And these still don't quite look like they're matched up right. Bring these down. And these, of course, need to be brought in. Maybe like that. Same thing with this one. You see it'll be brought in like so. We're getting kind of that sort of shape here. So this will be the shape for that part right there. Actually, still need to bring this down here. Bring this up a little bit. I'm just going to bring that out. Let me pull these out now, just a tad, because it looks like it's starting to come in just a little bit there. Or maybe not. I'll just undo it. We can always change it later. And so there's that part. And now we'll extrude these edges here. Actually, let's go ahead and center the pivot, just because it annoys me. So now we're going to the edges. And just select them all along here, and then just deselect those going horizontal from the top viewport. So now, see, we got them all selected. We'll extrude these. Go ahead and do a uniform extrude, or world extrude. I don't even know what it's called anymore. I have to go in the option box, it's been so long. But just click the blue dot. Doesn't really matter what it's called. Bring those down a little bit. Go ahead and hit the G key. So we can do another extrude from those edges. Hit the blue dot again. Bring those out. Down. We're gonna rotate these a little bit. Scale them up a little bit, and I don't think they're scaled the right way. Okay, we're not going to scale these up, so whatever, we'll do it later. Maya didn't seem to want to scale them, so G key for another extrude. I'll just put those right there. And now we'll just go ahead and go back into the vertex. So yeah, select them all and make sure they're all. You didn't just hear a phone ring. Yeah. Anyways, so now we'll merge all these. I repeat, you did not just hear a phone ring. And now we're going to start aligning these up. You can leave them for the most part the same, but it does start getting a little bit wider here. And we do need to show that there's that curvature. So just little adjustments. And then when we have it rotated here, we're going to have to adjust it a little bit more. So we're just going to pull that out here. And take a look here. Probably stand to bring this up a little bit. And yeah, we can see how it's getting wider here now. So we'll bring this out just a tad. And it almost looks like all three of these are lined up. But we don't want that, so move this out. And we'll bring these two here out. We'll come out to there. Try and keep the line how it was, rotated that much. So we have this vertex here that's a little off, but not so much that it's going to mess with our flow all that much. So we can leave it how it is. Actually, bring this out a tad bit more. And bring this in a little bit. Do the same here. Select those two, bring these in. And yeah, it is coming out a little bit, so we're going to come back here and just pull that out. Come back here, pull this out just a tad. Maybe you can pull this here out. Bring this one in just a little bit so it's more rounded. It comes up across here. So now we'll mess with this one here. even stand to bring this down a little bit more. Pull these out in the top. Maybe even bring this up a little bit. Look at how that's flowing. This needs to be brought down, or the other one up a little bit. Actually, I think it just needs to come back and out. Another look at it. I think that'll work. So go back in to the edge, grab them, deselect these. So we just have these edges selected. Take a look here, and now we're going to extrude these edges same way as before. Make sure we rotate these. And now we'll scale them out like so. Do one more edge extrude. And actually, we'll probably need another one for a little bit more detail. I'm a bit smoother. The curve there. We add one more, but right now we're just going to work with these. And I forgot to merge these, so hang on. So merge the vertices that we just extruded, or that belong to the edges we just extruded. And now we'll select them right here. Snap that and bring it out and in a little bit. And down a tad. And that's about there. Actually, raise this up there. snap this to that vertex. Bring it out a little bit. This will help keep the edge a bit rounded more as we get down to this little turn here. And I'll end up probably going back and moving all these over a little bit. So yeah, it looks like I need to do that, so go ahead and move these over a tad. And do it more here. Alright. Pull that back. And this one here back. Up, trying to keep it along that line again. So it's in a straight line. Even though these aren't perfect, it'll just help with the flow. So you don't want like this vertex way up here and then the one beside it way down. You want to try to keep them all together in a uniform line. I'm going to bring it out just a tad. Looks like it'll work, I think. Move down to the next row. Start straightening these out. Actually, let me move these here up a little bit. That's about right there. Again, just snap this one here with the V key. Move it over. Maybe snap these here. See if that helps. Something doesn't quite look right there. The problem might be these need to be moved over. Or no, these probably need to be moved out. That's the problem. So move these out in the top viewport here. So here's actually the bottom. Put that like that. Bring these out a little bit. Hopefully that'll help. We shall see. Bring these out here a little bit. this row. And even bring that back so it's flowing along that way. Like so. Now I'll select these edges again. And deselect these. Select all the right edges now. And extrude one more time, hopefully. That'll be all we need. Bring this down, scale them out. Go ahead and go back into vertex. Merge them. Go ahead and line these up before I forget that again. Maybe bring it forward. Snap this one here. Bring it back. I'm going to leave this just above the surface of the body right here. So it'll help so I can still see what I'm doing a little bit better. Actually goes about right there. Looking in the viewport, see if we can just snap that to that part there. Which we can. Probably snap this here too. This needs to be brought out here. More like that, probably. Again, let me raise it up so I can still see it. The same right here. And did I just completely forget to move these in this viewport? I think I did. So I'll go back and do that. So this is flowing here. That looks about right. So now we can come here on the inside part, start moving these around, if you want to, and we will. At least I will. I guess you can do whatever you want. Skip this part. So that'll work for now. Don't need to get a lot of detail on the inside. If you wanted to, you could model the engine. You could go ahead and model all of the inside back here in an interior, which maybe I'll do. I don't know if I want to make an inside of the car or just do it the easy way and just make the glass tinted. So I'm still debating on that part. But there's that part of the car. We can go ahead and soften these edges up a little bit. And you can go ahead and see what it'll look like in sub D. Nice and smooth. Let's see if it's... Yeah, I think that'll work. Could go in and add another line here back in the polygons so that it's not, it doesn't start curving in so soon. Let's go ahead and undo that. And there's the back part of it. I would say that is actually easier and faster than lofting, so took a gamble and it paid off. So now we can go ahead and take this, start extruding these edges the other way, so we have it connect to the front part of the car there. Or maybe we just want to start out with a another cube, so we can cut this door part out easier. Or maybe not. What shall we do? Start with a new cube. That's what we're going to do, and you're going to love it. Oh, height. So again, like last time, actually let's position this a little bit. Now, like last time, I'm just going to scale these out a little bit. And we'll scale the whole thing down. Like so. I'm going to go ahead and turn on my wireframe on shaded. Just go ahead and snap these. Looks like this probably goes here. Make sure they all snap to the right place, which they did. I'll go ahead and move these down side viewport first. Trying to have these align with over here. I'll line these up in the top viewport. And that's alright for now. Clean it up a little bit later. So, right now what we're ready to do is we're going to slice this right down here along this face. We're going to bring that in for an opening of the door. Actually, I think I'll make it this one right here, so it's more at the top of the car. So the door will be more rounded that way. I have a little bit of an arc at the top. And we're going to take that part that we cut up, and we're going to move that in to create the crease for the door. Actually, first what I'm going to do is I'm just going to move all these back. They don't look quite right that far out. And plus with it right here, I can extrude these once and then cut it. It'll just make it easier, I hope. There's another way. This is just snap those and bring it out a little bit. So it looks a little bit better, I think. And if not, it will once it's all smoothed out. So now, let's go ahead and select these edges. And we'll extrude these. Same way as before. Take them to about there. Back into the vertex mode. Make sure they're all connected. Now we're going to split this polygon. So yeah, split polygon tool. And cut it right down this face here. I'm going to bring these down. Like so. And we're just going to hide this point underneath right there. going to do that again. And one more time. Go back and adjust these vertices, straighten them out a little bit. Try and make them all about equal distance apart. So I'm trying to make these lines here straight, so I don't have any of these steps going down. At least until we get to this part. Just trying to make this an even size, open parallel. I'll come to this view. And that's good enough for that. So now we're just going to bring these straight down. These are on the top. Actually, maybe bring it over a little bit too. I'm not sure if that's quite tight enough, so I'm going to move these over now. Move these out. And down to help with the curvature to the top of the car. So maybe like that. And again, make sure all these vertices are just one piece before we start extruding more edges. So back into the edges, select all these, deselect this. See that we got all the ones selected we need. So we'll extrude these same way as before again. Maybe to about right there. You don't want to do it too far, because then you start losing some of this curvature. But you don't want it to be too close either, because then it's just a lot more tweaking of these vertices, especially, which can be a little troublesome when you get into this part right here at the door. So now we go back into our vertex mode. Actually, just let these all in. Hit the F key to focus on the viewport. Move these straight over this way. Move a tad bit out. So for now on, when we adjust these vertices here, we're going to do them together. At least we're going to try to. We'll see how it goes. So it's looking. Alright, we'll see if we can manage to go ahead and extrude again. Move that to here, just before it starts to turn down quite a bit. Together inwards. This one here needs to be brought in. This here can be brought down along with these. And of course I forgot to merge these vertices, so go ahead and do that again real quick. Now we'll move these down. Alright, now let's extrude this part again. And again, just double check, make sure I have these merged. There's probably an easy way to make them so they all extrude and they're all one piece, but I don't know. I haven't messed around with it. I haven't dug in deep to Maya's extrusion tools, I guess, so. Maybe I'm just too lazy to look it up. But anyway, so we'll keep doing it that way. If you know how to extrude them and keep them all together, why don't you go ahead and leave a message on the site informing me, because I really don't know. Oops. Actually, I'm going to rotate these just a tad. Even scale these down that way and then back out. So go ahead and extrude these again. And again, make sure they're all merged. Make sure just selected. Extrude those edges. Merge these. Just a tad bit more. And hopefully we'll be able to get by with just extruding these. And not having to tweak the vertices too much. Extrude these again. And this way might be a little redundant with these extrusions, but it's actually not nearly as bad as the way I normally go about this with the loft, so sort of glad I did it this way this time. Tried it out. Go and rotate these a tad bit. Scale them in and then out. Looks like this way just might work after all. Go ahead and merge these again. Maybe rotate them just a tad bit. Still preparing for when it has to meet the car down here. And I didn't mean to do that. So deselect those edges. Extrude. And just go ahead and do another extrude real quick. Now, go ahead and merge these real quick. Select it all. And then go ahead and delete the history. And see how this thing looks smoothed out. turn off our wireframe. And I think that way worked just fine, actually. I'm a bit surprised. So, there's the top part of the car now. I'm just gonna go ahead and work on attaching it to this, or getting ready to attach it to this, I guess. So let's go ahead and turn wireframe unshaded back on. And we're going to need to cut across this right here so we can attach these together. So let's just get in closer so we can see how many cuts we need to make. So this can probably attach to this edge. Then we'll need a place for it to attach out here. This can attach to here, that to that, that to this. So we need 1, 2, 3, 4 more over here. And I'll probably have to count that again, but we'll go ahead and get ready for those cuts right now. I'm going to start out with that cut. Go ahead and start pulling these forward here a little bit more. Probably by touching that there, this here, going back in here, cutting across here. We're going to end up going back in and deleting these faces inside here, so I'm not too worried about how pretty it is right now. So, come back here. Actually, I don't like moving it quite like that. I don't know what in the world happened with this, but I'll go ahead and move it back. So, not ready to start moving those over just yet. Go back to our split tool again though. I'm going to go ahead and delete these faces in there. Actually, go back to this. I'm going to do a couple things here real quick. I'm going to start merging this to this now. And then we can move both these back together. At least that's the plan. We'll find out if it works. Stay tuned. And right now I'm trying to figure out what in the world is going on here. And that's what's going on. There's two of them selected. I'll go ahead and fix that up real quick. Like so. And looks like I need one more cut. Just attach this one over here. There we go. Come in here and start moving both these vertices around now. One just got snapped wrong. It's this one here. Go here. So the crease is still together there. So I had to make a few fixes there. Nothing too major though. Alright, I just paused the program, so let's see if I can remember where I left off here. So anyways, back to trying to fix this. Try to bring this back. Oops. Bring this back a tad bit. Trying to find a middle ground for this to meet this part. So maybe something like that. Bring this forward a bit now. You can see we need a cut going down there for the other piece that I missed earlier. So, do that real quick. Try something like that. The only problem I'm seeing now is down here, where we can see the seam for the door. It's a little too wide down here. It looks like it is matching up to about the width of the seam for the door on the body part right here. So we'll have to see how that ends up turning out. You can see that we can actually go ahead and get rid of this vertex right here. Merge that down. Maybe do the same with this right here. Like that. Go here, select all these. Merge them. The same thing with these. And I don't think we need to, just in case. Go and delete the history. Delete the history on this. A few things are a little messy here. So maybe we'll try cleaning these up just a tad bit, maybe moving the door seam out like that. Maybe that will allow us to make sure they're both selected. They are. And that'll allow us to bring some of these back over. Just making sure these will even convert still, which they will. So they will still turn into sub Ds. And now if we want, we can go ahead and add the top here. So there's actually looks like there's some black bars that go across right here. And the rest is sort of a sunroof, or it's got glass on the top. So we'll only need to bring out part of this, and the rest we'll do the glass part later as a separate object. We could do it all as one body, but we don't need to, so we're not going to worry about doing that. Just check on how these two pieces come together here. They look alright. So maybe we'll select some of these faces to bring out. Looks like the bar is right here, which of course is in between these two faces. So we'll need to split these again. So just go back to our poly split tool. Make one right there. Let's make this go all the way around. Try to get the right angle. So there's one. And we just let these focus in, so for the net split here. Around here. So now we can just select these faces here. You can extrude these out. So this extrude is going to be pretty small right here. And we'll leave it right there, like that. I'm going to do another extrude, same way. And another one. And one more. And just delete those faces there. Need to delete these faces. Just come right through here. And these faces. Make sure those there. Make sure I didn't select any outside. Alright, so delete those. Now these faces. So now we're getting rid of all the faces inside. Go ahead and merge these vertices. Actually, I want to go back. And let's start changing this panel right here, or the template. And we need the front. So now I have the front picture loaded again. And naturally it looks like from this view, this is way too low. the side, it's just right. You can't quite tell from the top here. So we're gonna go with a little middle ground here and work with what we've already done. So come here. Move those at the top. Actually, slide them back further now. So maybe it's something like that. I can actually end up getting rid of some of these here. Just holding down the V key and snapping them down to the vertices below where they're at now. Go ahead and grid snap these. Oops. So again, it's edge stick grid snap. So just hold down the edge key and drag them along this axis here in the top viewport. And again, that's way too high on the top, on the side viewport, so try and find some middle ground. Alright, that looks like it'll work. Hopefully. Again, make sure it'll convert, which it does. So we can take a look at what it's going to look like now. That's not too bad. Fine tune it a little more, make it look a little better. Now I'm going to do the same thing for this part right back here. It looks like we need one from this face here to about right here. So again, get our split polygon tool, go ahead and do it in our perspective view and look in the top view to see where it's at. Just split this all the way around again. Like that. And again, we're going to select the same rows for the faces to extrude. That looks about right. So, extrude these out again. Again, small extrude there. Actually, scale it. They line up a little bit better. Hit the G key. Extrude again. G key. Extrude again. Let's see what we have. So one more. Like so. Delete key, delete those faces. Come here and delete these faces inside. Be careful not to delete any of the faces that are out, like outside, making up the body. And these faces. And these. And I think I actually missed those on the front part. Let's find out real quick. Oh, nope, I guess not. I don't see any faces going there. Alright, so go back into our vertex mode, select them, merge them all. Again, we'll rough these out a little bit. Alright, now we'll select these, grid snap these. So they're all right in the middle. Like so. And again, point snap these here. And merge them all again. And we can even merge these over. Like so. And even inside here. And merge. Raise all these up a little bit. Around the bottom here. Maybe something like that. So that way it's just a little bit wider here on the edge. Just round it out a little bit more now. This actually looks thinner. Looks like it's this bar right here. I might even need to come back in the front and move these over a little bit. Make sure these are coming in and not out. Right now this is stepping out, so we need to bring it in a tad so it curves the other way. And we're even give a little bit of arc here in the back, just a tad bit. Like that. And we'll probably have to come back and adjust the height for some of these after we put the glass in. So now, just like bring this back a little bit. And again, just delete the history. Make sure it still smooths out, which it does. And now we're just going to attach these two. So select them, do a combine polygon. If I thought I had a shortcut up here. Yet no, I do not see it. Oh, there it is. So anyway, select these all. Merge vertex again. Test it out by converting to sub D again. You take a look. Don't see any holes in it. You see the hinge for our door going all the way down. So I'm going to go ahead and undo that. Back to where it was polygons. And that's it for the top of the car.